Hello everybody. So I just wanted to give a little introduction to this next video that I'm gonna put out here. This video is just a tour that Mushroom and I took of eastern Washington state to observe and look at all of the geologic features of these gigantic ice age floods that occurred back about 15,000, 20,000 years ago. It was quite impressive, and I'm afraid that our video is not going to do the majesty and the majestic nature of this landscape justice. So I just wanted to let you know what exactly it was that we were doing here. And I would, if you're interested in this sort of thing, I would advise you to YouTube a couple of people. Nick Zentner is a geologist out of Washington State, or Central Washington University. He has a great teaching approach, and his speaking style is excellent. It makes this so interesting to me. He helps it make it so interesting to me. So I would check him out. And another is Bruce Bjornstad. I don't know if I pronounced that last name right, but he's written a couple of books, and he's got some nice drone footage, because really to get the best views and just the wow factor on these landforms, you really need to be up in the air. Actually, the higher you are, the better. And so he has some videos out there of just some drone footage and some light aircraft footage that he took as well. I'll try to put those in the link down below. But I hope you enjoyed the video. We really enjoyed this tour that we took. It was pretty fantastic. I would definitely recommend checking these places out because you'll really be in awe. So anyways, I hope you all have a good day, and on with the video. Hey Mushroom.
Hi, Big Hot Dog.
Man, we out in the middle of nowhere right now. I don't know what's going on, but we've got some things in store today and tomorrow and the next day. We're gonna check out some neat stuff. But right now, we're camping right here alongside the Snake River, up here in the state of Washington somewhere. And you can see it right there. Pretty cool. And we're gonna go check out some of the Missoula Lake flood features that occurred back in the last ice age. Yeah, we have a little car tour to do today. So we're gonna get packed up, head on down the road, and see what this place is all about. It's a whole different world up here. It looks like we're on the moon. All right, so we'll see you in a little bit. Later. This is Devil's Canyon.
That one is very pretty.
Look at that. So when the floods came, baby, there was like a kind of a soft area in the earth, and the water exploited that soft area and created this canyon right here. Floodwaters came rushing down here and just kind of tore away at the basalt lava that's lining them and everything like that.
It's really unique, right?
Yeah. They just weather away, and so they fall down the side of the cliff as just smaller rocks.
So eventually, after 100 years, it's like maybe there is a threshold going to grow here.
Yeah, after maybe longer than 100 years, because this right here has been here for about 12,000 years.
12,000 years.
So maybe in another 100,000 years, there'll be enough soil buildup from all of the just kind of water erosion. But the best that we can do right now are just short little grasses.
First time I see the sunrise after 8 days here in Oregon. Look how pretty that is.
This is Frenchman Coulee. This is another path that the floodwaters took. This actually used to be the stream bed for the Palouse River, as we're gonna see later that that was changed by these floodwaters. you can see the columns of basalt over there that the floodwaters just plucked away, creating this box-shaped valley here. They were probably, floodwaters were as tall as that mountain over there where that cell phone tower was. They spilled over into Devil's Canyon where we just came from, down to the Snake River. Pretty awesome. All right, we're heading down to Palouse River State Park, and you can see up here what, you know, beautiful kind of rolling hills we've got with lots of grasses growing on them. And then boom, as we make our way into this little bit of a lower elevation, you can really see a change in the landscape and how those floodwaters just carved out and just stripped the soil off the top of the landscape. And there's another canyon down there, pretty awesome. There's a really good example of a hill that was too high for the floodwaters. They got kind of scraped by the floodwaters, and those hills in the distance over there were also missed as well. Pretty awesome stuff. All right, we're heading on down the road. There goes Mushroom.
Good morning. So we are here in Palouse River, and we are looking this beautiful falls here. Look at that. It's very, very pretty. It's foggy, but still, you can see it there. Look at the beautiful view here this morning. And this is the first time that I see a sunrise for this past 8 days here in Oregon. And in Portland, it's always raining every day and it's cloudy. And we go here to look at for these falls here in Palouse River. So last night we arrived here, and then we put our car and we sleep inside the car. Look at that. It's very, very pretty. Awesome.
All right, so here we are at Palouse River State Park, and we're gonna check out the Palouse Falls. Same thing here. Floodwaters found this canyon right here and tore it a new asshole, basically. You can see a great example of the basaltic lava, the column nature of this lava that just allows the water to just kind of tear it from itself. Oh yeah, very nice. Wow, look at that, darling. Pretty cool. We're right on the edge of a cliff here.
Look at that.
These falls this river goes all the way to the Snake River. And these falls have been cutting back for the last 13,000 years from the Snake River all the way back to here. There's a shot of the river down there. Wow, that's pretty cool, huh?
Yes. Look at the falls. Here in Oregon, there's a lot of falls.
Now, this is the direction of the river flow, and right now the river is going this way, going to the Snake River where we were camped during the first shot there. And these waterfalls that are right here started all the way down at the Snake River and created this meandering canyon. You can see how curvy and twisty this canyon is. But we're gonna try and go over there, and we're gonna see that above the falls the canyon is straight as an arrow, just like Devil's Canyon, the first canyon that we came up. And so basically the floodwaters carved this straight as an arrow canyon all the way to the Snake River so the water could get through. But these waterfalls, once the Palouse River was moved into the canyon basically by the actions of the flood, carved the rest of this canyon as we went through here. Pretty interesting. Okay, I got to get a little closer to the edge. If you hold me and I go over, you're going over too, baby. Okay, that's as far as I'm getting. Mushroom?
Yes.
Just think, if you're standing right here about 15,000 years ago, the water's going straight down through there.
Okay.
And it's probably as tall as that hill up there. You see where it's kind of rounded on top?
Mm-hmm.
That hill was probably above the flood. The top of that hill was above the flood.
That's a little higher.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Pretty amazing. And you know, Mushroom.
Yes.
the guy who thought that this was all made from floods, his name was J. Harlan Bretz, and he said way back in the 1920s, this was a flood. This was a flood, and everybody thought he was crazy. All the other geologists of the era thought he was nuts. And it wasn't until about 1960 or 1970 that the accepted theory of why all these landforms are here was from giant floods from Lake Missoula, glacial Lake Missoula up in Montana. So hats off to J. Harlan Bretz.
Look what I found. I thought I am only mushroom here in this area. But there is a mushroom here. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4. And look at the other one. Oh, it just started. It covered with a grass. It's like the same in the Philippines. But of course, my husband always said, don't eat this kind of mushroom because that's poisonous. I only need to eat like morel mushroom.
Brett said that the floodwaters left a mesa and butte topography to the land. So basically when the floodwaters came through, it like really plucked off the tops of the hills, and you can really see that evidence. See how flat it is right there, Mushroom? And then when we move over to those, see how nice and curvy they are on top? It's pretty evident, you can see it really pretty easily that the floodwaters didn't make it to the top of those hills. Because they're the only rounded hills in the whole landscape. Hey Mushroom, what'd you think of that stuff?
Oh, that's awesome. Big hot dog.
Oh, I thought it was awesome too. All right, so we're done here at Palouse Falls State Park, and we're heading to Grand Coulee Dam. That's the next stop on our little tour of floodscapes in Washington State. So I know this is a really weird video, but hey, this is Playground Earth, right?
Yeah.
Playground Earth TV, this is what we do. Find interesting stuff and go check it out. right now we're car camping. We slept in the car last night, slept in the Jeep. So we'll probably do that again tonight and the next night too. It was quite comfortable. I slept okay.
Oh, yeah, I slept very good in that car.
Yeah, I thought it was okay. So, all right, so we'll get back with y'all in a little bit. So, darling, this is what Washington looks like if it wasn't all flooded, or if the floods don't hit this area. This was an area that was left untouched by the floods. And you've got all these nice rounded hills.
Yeah.
And you can see all of these fields up here. It looks like they're all in wheat, although they just harvested it all. But that's the way Washington State looked before all of the floods actually tore up the landscape. No trees. This area seems to have like a Great Plains vibe to it. All of these fields over here are wheat fields. A lot of them, well, most of them have harvested, but it looks like they've got their winter wheat growing right now in some of them. It's obvious the floods did not come here, that this area right here was spared. There it is. There it is, baby. Wow.
Oh, look at that.
The Grand Coulee Dam. Pretty neat.
Have you seen water in there?
Doesn't look like they're letting any water really out right now.
There is.
Okay, it's probably, oh, okay. Oh yeah, there is water flowing down it, isn't it? Not very much though. Pretty nifty. And then the Columbia River over here on this side. Wow, that's big. Yeah, this is the Grand Coulee. The Grand Coulee Dam is right over here. Just imagine all this water is rushing down this area here, just tearing out the walls to the sides there, running straight down that way. You've got these walls that are over here, and then right now we're gonna just run, I think, right down inside this coulee for about 30 minutes to get to Coulee City, and then we're gonna go check out the Dry Falls at Dry Falls State Park. All right, we'll see you guys later. Look at those cliff walls over there, Donna.
Yes, it's very pretty.
Look how flat it is on top. That water just like scoured the top of that.
It just like scut it.
It's like scalped it. Scalped it. We're right down in the middle of it all right now. I hope there's not going to be any more floods while we're down here. Pretty neat stuff. Yeah. So just so you know, we started at the top of the coulee, and the water is, we're driving in the same direction the water would have been flowing. So the water is coming down here, and I mean, just that other coulee that we were in earlier today is nothing compared to this. Look how big this is. This is gigantic. The amount of water that had to come through here to carve all this out of here, it just had to be amazing. Just amazing. Pretty neat. Wow. Look at that.
It's very pretty. I think we can stop our car.
Just amazing. The amount of water that came through here to cut these canyons. Incredible. because the basaltic lava was just so easy to be plucked from the sides. I mean, if you look at the sides of some of these cliffs right alongside the road, you can just see that some of these rocks are just barely hanging on. Give them a minute and they'll fall down on their own. Put some water in here,
Really?
and you can see, you know, they're just all fractured up and ready to fall down. I just can't believe it. How just magnificently beautiful it is. And if you just think about how it got here. Now that's a waterfall right there. So this is Dry Falls, part of Grand Coulee. And you can see the waterfall extends all the way over. And then I think behind this one, there's some more over there. That's just a big blade of rock right in the center. And these are like, I don't know, 10 or 20 times bigger than Niagara Falls. And they started way down there in the coulee and just kept working their way back. And if there had been more floods, they would have just kept working their way back to all the places that we had been driving. It's incredible. Amazing. All right, we're taking the rough road, coming down to the bottom of the falls. You can see that's where we were, right up there. And there's lots of fun mud puddles on this road too. And the little boy in me says, you gotta hit every one of them things. It's just a rental car with a damage waiver. Okay. Oh yeah! Pretty cool.
There's a trail going there.
Uh-huh. Much bigger than Niagara Falls. All right, so this is the cataract of Dry Falls that you can't see from the visitor center, and that you have to really get down here and hike to. And right there, this little area right there, that's the center. So on the other side, the water was falling or falling off of that side. And then as it came off, you can see there's this big giant rock right here in the center. That's called a blade. And what happens is that water is coming off of both sides of the waterfall, and it's not hitting that rock directly on, but it's kind of sliding against the side and just kind of cutting it into a really thin knife-like section of rock. And that's kind of where we're at here. Pretty cool. Now, if we were to stand here and go through time and this was still flooding, this thing right here, it would keep moving back further and further and further and further, all the way to the places where we were driving just a little while ago. So that's how waterfalls work. They just keep moving back. They erode that rock that is underneath them, and they keep moving back and back and back. Cool. So we just came out of that coulee, out of Grand Coulee, and after the coulee ends, the water gets to spread out all over this landscape here. And you can see nothing but boulders everywhere, littered all over the landscape here. Because as the water came out of the coulee, it slowed down and dropped its load. Look at it all, darling. It's just boulders everywhere. All of the stuff that the water plucked off the side of those mountains and the cliffs and everything, there it is. Pretty cool. That's called a Ephrata fan. All this water dropping its boulders. This land is pretty much worthless unless you want to get rid of all these boulders. Those down there are giant current ripples. Just like the little ripples in the sand down by the shore while he was playing on the beach when he was a little kid. Those are giant current ripples. This is the Columbia River. More evidence of flood destruction there and there and there. These aren't showing up very good. They're gonna go maybe try and get another shot of them. Maybe up over that cliff if we can find a way. Alrighty.
July, tingnan mo oh. Dito kami ma-stay ni tito mo. Nakita mo yung falls? Oh, tingnan mo, ang ganda oh. Ayan, ayan si Pink Hot Dog. Say hi to July. Ayan, may mga ibang camper. Nakita mo? Tapos ayan man oh, may ibang camper man. Ayun yung iba. Tapos kami, dito kami malang matulog kami sa car. Yan, tingnan mo oh. Tapos maglagay kami ng fire dyan mamaya. Kaso lang wala kaming kahoy. So, ayan, tingnan mo yung sasakyan. So, dira lang kami matulog sa loob. Hindi na kami maglagay ng tent. So, Pink Hot Dog is making our dinner now. He is boiling only a water. And there is some other camper in there. But we are sleeping in our car. So this is our hotel. And this is only my dinner for tonight. A pancit canton made in the Philippines. And my husband is social. His dinner is like chicken Alfredo pasta. And me is like only like that. Pancit canton, but that's very very tasty. I get this in Portland in Manila market, so it's like I miss this because this is very popular in the Philippines. So, look at that, almost boiling. It's boiling now, and there is some other camper in there, people. And we have a view. There is a falls. That one. So tomorrow, we're going there.
No, we're going down.
We're going down there tomorrow morning. Okay, that's it for now. Bye. So we wake up early. So Pink Hot Dog is making our breakfast now. What you making there?
I'm making
Pink
coffee
Hot Dog?
right now. And now I'm getting ready to make our oatmeal, baby.
What's yours?
Mine is the strawberries and cream, and yours is the Cinnabon cream of wheat.
Ah, okay. I thought this is a strawberry because it's color blue. This is mine.
Yeah, that's gonna be yours too.
And this
And I
one.
don't want to hear no complaining.
How's your sleep?
Not bad. I had some fits and starts, but by the time it got to be 11 o'clock, I fell asleep pretty good until 4 o'clock, I think.
Me too. I don't sleep really very good, but I am really surprised when I wake up that there is a lot of car here beside us. Look at that. There's a lot of camper at the back.
I don't know why we attracted everybody, but everybody like decided to park right next to us here. Hey, Mushroom.
Hey, pink hot dog.
Well, we're here at Frenchman Coulee, second day. We're gonna check this place out. Another waterfall, dry waterfall, cataract basically, and see what things are like. We camped out here in the middle of the coulee. We thought we were gonna be alone without anybody, but as it turns out, there's 1, 2, 3 people down there. There's another one, there's another one. That's us. There's another one right beside us. And there's a bunch more over there. And so there's one there. So, and it seems like everybody decided to park right next to us. We were here first, but then we got 3 new cars that are right next to us here. This guy parked right smack dab next to us. No big deal. At any rate, yeah, we're gonna go check out these flood features. We've got a couple more things to do, and looks like we're gonna head back to Portland today. So we'll see you on the trail somewhere.
Okay.
All right.
Right.
All right. Bye-bye.
Oh, that one baby. Oh.
Nice. Look at those columns.
Wow. And you can park here too.
Uh-huh.
Wow, that's very pretty.
Nice. I think that might be the trailhead right there where those toilets are.
Ow.
Look at all the people that camp down
Oh
here
wow,
today.
I never know that you can camp in here,
Look at all
baby.
Look at this, man. Holy crap. Where did all these people come from? I didn't see them.
Ah, there's still like a school bus in
There's
there.
a
What's
school
that?
bus.
Is that a school bus?
Yeah, it's a camper school bus. Holy cow, baby. There's a couple tents up there everywhere. This is really pretty.
Is this the bottom now?
Wow. This is the Columbia River, baby. Look at that. This is where Lewis and Clark were coming down this river right here.
Wow. Wow, look at this one here.
Oh no, they weren't coming down this part of the river. This is too far north. They would have been coming up the Snake and then down the Columbia. So, but still, if they would have been coming down this would have been cool.
But I saw just like there is a camper there at the other side.
Is there? Yeah, there is.
That?
Holy cow!
How could you put a camper there?
I don't know. All right. Well, the Frenchman Coulee has 2 waterfall cataracts. It's got this one right here, and then you've got this blade that comes straight out, and then there's another one tucked way back, basically where we were camping before. And all that water comes rushing off out of there. You can kind of say all the way down the coast of the river there, a very similar scenario where water was just dumping over the top here and into the Columbia River from Lake Lewis. It's amazing. All right, we're gonna get out of the car up here and do some hiking. Be back a little bit.
Baby, you almost touched the sky.
Columbia River down there. And then this is kind of the, I guess, the south cataract of Frenchman Coulee. What's interesting is that you can see up there in the distance those nice round hills that are kind of brown covered. Those are all untouched. The flood didn't get up that high. This was about as high as it got. Came crashing through here. You can see how scabby the land is. And there's a little pink mushroom. All right, there's mushroom. That's where we came from, right up there. So this is just like a little channel, and it comes right down to the Big Mama. That was like a tiny little waterfall. And this is the big gigantic waterfall right here. Woo, dog, that is a long ways down there. I ain't going any farther. So, yep. So the water was tumbling down over this all the way to the Columbia River and just kept eating that rock away. Eating and eating and eating. I don't really like being this close. I'm gonna step up here just a little bit further. This makes me nervous. Mamba, that is a long way down. And this is the blade. We're on the blade right here. So we're gonna try to go as far out as we can out there.
Pink hot dog is there. So after my class the other day, we decided to come here in Washington State. So this is the first time that I see a sunrise, because in Portland, like for 9 days that we stay there, like it's always raining and it's cloudy. So look at all the views here. It's very, very pretty.
That's where we came from. All the campers are. But that right there, that's another small cataract, another waterfall that was working another bench there, or another place. Look at these giant columns right here. That's pretty awesome. And then there's that whole line of them right there. Yeah, this stuff is definitely much more impressive in person, I think, than probably on the camera, but still impressive nonetheless. This is the other canyon, or we're on the blade right now, so we're right in the middle. This is the other canyon, and we camped quite a ways up that canyon. I don't know if we'll be able to see all the way back to the cataract there, but it is way back there. Pretty awesome. You can't really tell, in fact, over on this side versus this side, which you can see the Palouse, or the loess covered hills up here that weren't impacted at all. And then if you go all the way around back to this other side, you can really see that all that scabland over there. So the water was came really just like I said, overtopped and spilled into the Columbia River at this point right here. Pretty cool. Hikers down there.
Oh, my phone died now. Wow, I don't have battery anymore.
So that over there was the first cataract. You can tuck behind this one, and this one swings right around here. And then it's like there's like this depression down here. I'm wondering if this is just erosion from the water coming over the falls and really kind of concentrating and cutting all that rock out. And of course, by the time it got to here, it was done. So it just didn't get a chance to cut the rest of the canyon. Because see that rock right there, how there's a little hole there, darling? I think this rock was being cut just to the level of that rock down there. And this is when the flood ran out. This is when all the water ran out. No more flood.
There's a trail.
Yep. Those men just came down there. And those are really just perfect examples of columns of basalt lava. And you could just imagine those aren't connected to each other in any way, and they just get just destroyed by the water. The water just takes them down. There's that flat bench right over there. There's probably a waterfall coming over there and just cutting away at that layer of basalt there. Boom, boom, boom. As it just worked its way back, another waterfall cataract probably, and then of course it was making another one as it was going. So that whole process was just one waterfall right after the other, cutting these canyons all the way back. Just totally awesome.
I believe I can touch the sky. That's good. We're making a video here.
We're getting close to the end of the blade. End of the blade is right down there on that bench, that flat bench. If you look across the Columbia, which that's the river down there, you can see the extent of the flooding, how high it got, I think. You can see where the basalt lava is exposed and where it was eroded away. And of course up above that, you've just got the rolling hills. It looks like it was a little higher in different places, but maybe that was just from a different flood. Mushroom is excited to get to the edge, so I got to get on a hiking.
Oh, there's people there. Where's that?
That's the very tip. See that? Those cars down there? That was where we tried to park first when we went.
So we can go there, right?
I don't think we can get down there from here. We would have to climb. We'd have to go down to the park and climb back.
So it's a different trail.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
Look all the way up as far as you can see up there. There's like a bench.
So these people, where are they going? There's a trail here, but there's a stone.
No, that was just somebody being creative, baby. Yeah. Yep. Yep. And this is a shot looking back into the other canyon. This is the deeper one. This is the one that was probably the primary waterfall, because it goes way, way back there. A deeper look back into the chasm. Look at those big giant bits of lava that broke off. Big blocks of them. And I was just thinking, we've been looking at that waterfall for some time now, baby, but where's the river or stream that waterfall's flowing from? Where's that water going?
I don't know. I think there.
There's no water on the bottoms anywhere. That's weird. Boy, I tell you, the rock climbing is quite popular around this place, Mushroom. Pretty much everybody that's here is climbing a rock. There's a whole bunch more of them over there across the way. Pretty cool. Those plants going across the road, those are called tumble through it. Hey, Mushroom.
Yes, pink hot dog.
That's it. We did all of the stuff for
Okay.
the Missoula floods.
Mm-hmm.
I hope you found it interesting.
Yeah, it's very pretty view.
Cool. So, listen,
Yes.
I'm not really a geologist. I just play one on TV. But if you're interested in this stuff, then you should go check out Nick Zenter on YouTube. I'll try to leave a link to his YouTube channel on the description if I can do it. I don't know how to do that, all that stuff, but he's really good at explaining it all and making it interesting. I find it quite interesting.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right, it's time to head back to rainy, ugly Portland.
Okay, so we're going back already?
Time
We're
to go
going
back to
back
Portland.
already?
Time to go back to Portland.
I thought you were going somewhere. You
Nope.
said like a falls.
Oh yeah, we're gonna go hit some falls if we get there before dark.
Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So all you YouTubers out there, have a good day.
There's a train.
Little bonus footage for y'all. Wow, that's a tall waterfall.